Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Terrell, and welcome to Terrell Talk, another episode of just sitting here chatting about, I don't know, things that are just very touching in life and people who are doing major things. And my guest today is Misti Coker. She is doing major things in the world of cancer survivorship. And I think I actually have you here as a cancer patient advocate. That's the
That
title
sounds good.
that I gave you because I
Thank
know
you.
you have broad titles, but Misti, you are involved in cancer patients' lives and making a difference. And I just kind of wanted to highlight you and talk a little bit about what you do.
Thank you. Yes, and that's a very good title because that is my mission is just to really connect with cancer patients,
Yeah.
whatever that looks like.
And trust me, it has different faces.
That's right.
It really does. So you have the personal pep rally where you do what you call joy mail. And I love the title of the Kemosabe sisters.
Yes, they named themselves that.
Oh, they did. I was going
Yes,
to
they
ask you how
did.
they came up.
Well, most of them have either had cancer, they've experienced it, or someone in their family. And so when they got together back in, gosh, years ago,
Long time
a long
ago.
time ago, like 2012
Well,
maybe.
wait. So, but the personal pep rally hasn't been around that long, has it?
No, it has not.
Okay.
We started Personal Pep Rally in 2017.
So we'll get to the Kemosabe sisters. Let's talk about because you have two different organizations. It appears to me, but I'm going to let you explain the difference. I want to talk about the personal pep rally first,
Okay,
and the joy mail associated with that.
right. Yeah. So Personal Pep Rally began when my 33-year-old son-in-law was diagnosed with cancer. And I knew as a mother, I wanted to uplift them.
Yeah.
And so I got many of my friends, many of Lauren's friends, Stringer's friends, and I just said, to me, it's like a meal train, except it's a gift joy train.
Right.
And I said, sign up for whatever you want, whatever date you want, and just send something. So about
Send something to cancer patients.
send something to Lauren and Stringer.
Oh, right. That's how it began. Yes.
Because he had cancer.
Yeah.
And so we did that. And after this started in July, and in October, Lauren said, Mom, I want to do this for other people. And so that's how it all began. And when you sit in these cancer centers, you see so many people and you meet so many people and you learn their story and you see them, those that, like I have always said, are not as fortunate as so
Right.
many of us.
Yeah.
They don't have support, they don't have financial. And we would just get their name and address, and we just started sending
And
these
then you
packages.
would send them. So, and it's the Kemosabe sisters that put the packages together.
That's right.
And
They
that
do.
becomes joy mail that
That
people
is
get.
joy mail.
And Ryan, I think we have something we can actually show. So that's the personal pep rally website. And I want to show this guy who's there. If you can click on that. So he's actually getting joy mail.
That's right. He got it when he was in the hospital, and his wife, they didn't really know us, and she put it on Facebook and tagged me, and it was so emotional
Yeah.
just seeing his reaction.
So just to explain, he gets the box. Obviously, his wife is recording this, and he's looking at it now. It's like, oh, well, what do you know about this? And then he opens it up and sees what's inside. What do you put inside of the boxes?
We put in there what cancer patients would need when they would go to chemo or any kind of treatment or just a visit, because what Lauren and Stringer found was that they may go at 8 in the morning and they think they may be home by 10,
No.
but they may be home at 5 in the
Exactly.
afternoon. So in this bag, you have a blanket, you have a phone charger, you have a notepad, you have a pen, you have a calendar, you have ginger, because if you're doing chemo, ginger is known for
It
the
helps with the nausea.
Right. We have a prayer book for cancer patients. We also have a book called Game On that my husband and I, Jay, compiled when Stringer was first diagnosed, of all these cancer patient stories. It just has many things that you could sit there and use or anytime. And so Lauren, the reason why we came up with everything in the box is because Lauren would keep a bag in her car
For Stringer.
just because she never knew.
Because she never knew how long she would be
That's
there or what he might need. And it's not like
right.
you can get up and go home and come back.
That's right.
You
You
really
can't.
can't.
You can't.
You're sequestered, if you will. And
That's
it's
right.
not it is not a comfortable environment. And I don't care what cancer institution it is, and I don't care how many pretty windows they have. It is just, and when I say pretty windows, I mean, with my daughter, and even I'm thinking of Carti right now, they built one in Pine Bluff, and the windows, you see this
The
wooded
views
area.
are just fabulous.
And it's great. But you know what? I'd rather be at home.
That's right.
Or I'd
Yeah.
rather be out there and not inside looking
Yes.
out there. So it's
Yeah.
never a great experience, but I'm sure Joy Mail can make it a little better. It also makes people realize that someone's thinking about them.
Right. And they get the first box, like the gentleman opened right there. And then every month after that, they get a little something in the mail.
So you keep sending things.
At first, we didn't. At first, we just did the main initial box.
Yeah.
But then we realized with Stringer's cancer diagnosis, it went on and on. And, even if you are healed of cancer, you have to do scans for so many years.
It doesn't
It
it doesn't stop. I mean, and you're blessed
Right.
if you reach a point where, you know what? I made the 5-year mark. They always say 5 years
Right.
because if you can get through 5 years, then chances are you really are
You're good.
cancer free. But it's one of those things where it just never goes away, and you're always anticipating what's going to happen this time. I got to go in for scans, and everybody is always worried, trying to think the best, but you just never know. When you talk about your son-in-law, I know he had esophageal cancer.
Yes.
What was that journey like?
Well, of course, at first, you wouldn't think a 33-year-old marathon runner, college athlete would have cancer.
Mm-mm.
And at first, they treated it for maybe he needed his esophagus stretched. And so they finally got an appointment, and Dr. Matraylor came in and said, we found something that we didn't think we would find. And it was hit the ground running, and it was very emotional. It's just a roller coaster. I mean,
It is a
cancer
roller
is just a
coaster.
roller coaster.
Yeah, it is.
You're good one day until you're not good. And
Right.
you have tests and scans and treatment and surgeries, and it's just on and on.
One of the things that I will say, and not just with my daughter, but as I observe other people who've had recent diagnoses, they find out they have cancer, and there's the shock with that.
Right.
And then after the shock comes this feeling of, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. And so now they have a battery of tests. We got to do all these tests and determine, how we're going to proceed. And that person is pretty much still fine, because unless the cancer is causing pain or something, which means it's very advanced in most cases, they're fine. But then they have that surgery, or then they have that treatment, and now they're down for the count. And I'm not saying they won't survive it, but that journey, when you
It's
hit those
tough.
treatments, I would be lying if I sat here and said it's easy.
That's what Lauren would always say. I never forget the first year after Stringer had passed away. He passed away in January, and in February it's World Cancer Day. And I read Lauren's post not too long ago. Sometimes I'll go back through and read, and she had written on that day, I wish everyone would not tie cancer up in pretty bows. Because it's not.
She is so right.
I mean, it's not. And
It is not pretty.
no, and not to scare people, because
No,
some
I mean,
people's
no.
journeys are not as bad
That is true.
or difficult.
That,
they aren't
that
as
is
difficult.
true, especially when it's diagnosed early, which is why we preach
That's
that over
right.
and over and over
That's
again.
right.
But not
Yes.
everybody is diagnosed early. So you're right. Sometimes we try to put this pretty little bow on it. It's like, oh, you're going to get through this. Oh, it's going to be okay. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, chances are you are going to get through it, and it's
Right.
going to be okay. But you got to get through it.
Yes. And I also feel like my people that have gotten through it, they always have that scared mindset of, oh, what if?
What if?
What if?
Yeah.
We live with the what ifs, in which we really shouldn't, but
No,
we
but-
tend to.
And that's understandable. I totally get that. And some of us who have watched our loved ones have cancer, we live with that what if.
That's true. That's true.
Because we're
We
always
do.
wondering, it's like, well, what if it's me? What if I'm not on top of my game and getting checked out? Misty, I'll tell you, and I think we've had this conversation, I am one of those people, because I do advocate for cancer patients. I'm like, well, I'll be darned. What if I
Right.
don't? I mean, I'm not saying I can't get cancer, because we all know I can, but what if I fail to catch it early when
Right.
I'm telling everybody else they need to catch it early?
Yes, I understand that, because I feel that same way. I think I preach this all the time. Get your mammogram, get your PSA, have your colonoscopy, get the gene testing if you have it in your family.
And what if you don't do it
That's
yourself?
right. That's right.
This is
Yes.
so true.
Yes.
Yeah. And so anyway, so we live with that.
Right.
We live with that aspect of it. But anyway, I think it's great, though, what you're doing with the Joy Mail and bringing as much joy as possible to
Right.
people at a time when they could use some joy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And even just that acknowledgement that someone has walked this path, someone is praying and thinking for me, because the Kemosabe ladies, they write a note to every single patient every month,
How did they come up with the name Kemosabe ladies?
because most of them has experienced
Their
chemo.
cancer. Kemosabe.
Yes. Yes.
I got to do a story on the Kemosabe ladies. Why did I
Yes.
not connect that?
Yes.
Wasn't
Yes.
even thinking.
Yes. And
Oh, I love it.
they talk about how it's such a support system for them.
Yeah.
And they have new people that come in that are diagnosed that just want to sit around the table with them and package with them, because they talk about
Because they
their
talk about it.
journeys. Yes.
You know what? It's like anything else. It's like a new mom, for example.
Right. You need a community.
You need a community.
Yeah.
You know,
People need people.
I'm having problems breastfeeding. Help me with that. Or,
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's pretty awesome. I want to talk about Endure the Dirt, because that's another component of what you do. Now, before we get into that, because we do have some video, by the way, it's March 7th, 2026. That is
That's
the
right.
date, and it's in Stuttgart, right?
It's in Stuttgart.
Okay, but are these two different organizations?
No, Personal Pep Rally, you have to look at it as Personal Pep Rally is actually the umbrella. It's the 501c3 that everything we do falls underneath.
Falls under that.
So like the Joy Mail, the scholarships, the Endure the Dirt, all of that falls under that. Personal
yes,
Pep Rally.
Personal Pep
Right.
Rally. So
Yeah.
Endure the Dirt. And I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
you have called me countless times.
I have.
Donna, can you, number one, Donna, can you come? And number two,
You don't
Donna,
have to get dirty.
Donna, can you
Come
send
do
a
yoga.
camera? Can you, and all of these things. And so this is great having you on, because we really get to talk about it. So there is a video. In fact, I guess it's starting to run now, right, Ryan? Yeah, Endure the Dirt. This is amazing. I saw this video for the first time, and I read that you guys get somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 participants.
Yes.
So when
Yes.
people actually see what's about to be revealed in terms of what Endure the Dirt is, it's amazing. But I did read that the reason, there are multiple reasons. I'll let you explain why it's Endure the Dirt. But cancer is dirty.
Yeah,
And you
cancer
guys-
gets dirty, but we do too.
But we do too. We do dirty too.
Yeah. Yes, and the whole story behind this, Stringer ended up going to MD Anderson in 2017, and that's when we really started doing a lot with the Joy Mail, and he was an educator, so he wanted to do the scholarships, and Lauren said, okay, well, if we're going to do all this, we've got to do a fundraiser.
Right.
And we said, Stringer, what have you always wanted to do? And he was a coach. and he took his team to one of those Tough Mudders
That's tough right there, what I'm looking at.
that's I don't do it, so I just run it. I just run the show.
I don't think I could do it.
The Fire and Ice. Oh my gosh!
Look at that.
Look at that.
What are they running over fire?
They jump over fire, and that is a dumpster full of dirty water. It's ice cold.
Excuse-moi. It's like, you've invited me. I know you never expected for me to get down dirty like that,
No,
right?
but you can do other things. But on that,
Look at the little girl.
when we said that, there's
love
Corey
this.
Keller, Miss Arkansas, a couple of years
Oh,
ago.
it sure is.
Oh, look, that's the pallet run. You're like running
Oh
on
my
water.
goodness. I'm sorry. I am mesmerized. Every time I see this video, I am mesmerized by it.
I know. Those are the two slides. And the thing about all these different obstacles also is they are all named in memory and honor in anyone that in people. You can purchase an obstacle and you get a huge sign with your person's name and in honor of or in memory of. And the neatest part,
I love this.
my daughters all, of course, run it. And Anna, my youngest, told us after 1 year, said, I really wanted to quit.
But did not.
She said, every time I would look up, I would see a sign in memory or honor of someone.
Oh my goodness.
And she said, I realized then they don't have the option.
They don't have the option of quitting. They have to keep going.
So she keeps going. And
You're making me tear up.
just the signs on the course. But back to how it started, Stringer said, I want to do a mud run. And so of
he
course,
said that before he passed.
oh yes, I have video him doing a promotional thing. Endure
my
with
goodness.
with us. I can
And
still.
you've been doing this for how long?
This is going to be year 8.
Okay, because Stringer passed before COVID.
Yes,
right?
2020, and that year, of course, it's always the second weekend in March every year,
Yeah.
and the world shut down the Thursday before Endure the Dirt.
The Thursday before. So wait, and you were that Saturday?
We were that Saturday,
And you
the
still
world,
had it, though?
No, we did not. We just, I reached out to some of my people and just said, "What do you think?" And they said, just send out a statement. So we sent out the statement. Everyone who had registered, we already had their packets ready with their T-shirts and their medals, and we just mailed it.
It was hard to do, wasn't it?
It was real hard. And we had my nephew and my daughter and my husband. We had a group of 5 or 6 that did it and videoed it.
Yeah.
And one of my son-in-laws that was real close with Stringer, he wore one of the, what do you call them? My brain. The camera that you wear on your head.
Yes, yeah. The
And
little mini cam.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did it, and we put that on
wow.
on the website so you could actually.
So you could see it. Mm-hmm. It's funny because with Yoga Warriors, that year, 2020, in March, we had an event scheduled for our yoga at the Doubletree Hotel. And I remember having to make that tough decision and asking my board members, like, what do you think? I had one board member was like, oh, don't listen to this crazy stuff. And another board member saying, she's crazy. How could she say that? This is everything shutting down. And I remember it was so hard to have to
It was so
do
hard
that.
to have to.
have to
you
just
feel like
stop
you
everything.
let people down.
Yes.
And it was, but it all
all
worked.
worked out.
It
yeah.
all worked.
You guys
And
came
so-
back the following year?
Came back the following year. It's taken us a little while
To
to gain
really-
momentum
yeah.
again. And of course, every year I get that anxiety. How many are we going to have sign up?
I
But it
know.
always happens. And we also added a walk run 3 years ago because there's a lot of people that would say, I want to participate, but I don't
But
want
I
to get
can't,
dirty.
and I can't pull myself up, I mean.
So we have a walk run
Okay.
that starts before the mud run.
Okay.
And it starts at Max Prairie Wings. And we have like a little medical district in Stuttgart that's Easter Seals, Carti, Baptist Health. And they run down there.
Yeah.
And then our middle school wanted to do a fundraiser last year and help us.
Yeah.
So they turned it into a color run.
Oh,
So-
wait, what's a color run?
Well, where we did the walk run, if you wanted to get color, like they spray that paint on
Oh,
you.
that.
you were on one side of the road, but if you did want color, you were on the other because we were doing the colors of cancer. And it was so
like the
neat.
pink and the,
Yes,
like the colors
we did
of the different
tie-dye.
ribbons. Yeah.
And we
Oh,
did
that's
this in
nice.
Stuttgart too that was so awesome, and I'd love for it to spread. But the month of Endure the Dirt, we asked people to put up lights in memory or honor of someone who had battled cancer, passed away of cancer, whatever color you wanted to do.
That's amazing.
And so people put up all different colors, like businesses. You know, if somebody had pancreatic, they'd put up purple. If they had
Yeah.
breasts, they'd put up
It's
pink.
amazing.
And I know. And I have one lady in town, when we went to MD Anderson in December of 2019 and he heard the words, "Nothing else we can do." I was coming home, we got off the airplane, I drove back to Stuttgart, and turning the corner, a lady in my neighborhood had Christmas lights up on this tree. And I texted her and I said, "Miss Betty, I just want you to know you have done more for me with these lights." Well, that was 2019. She puts them up every year, leaves them up through Endure the Dirt. Last year, she put up red and yellow because Stringer, we always said, was Superman. Last year, she put up red and yellow. And this is just like one of those stories. So her husband 2 years ago was diagnosed with cancer,
Oh my goodness.
and he passed away 2 weeks
I'm
ago.
so sorry to hear that.
But a group of us got lights and went and put them up on her tree. And she texted all of us that next day and said, "You don't know how
much
much."
that means to me.
And we feel like we have to do these grandiose things.
You don't.
No.
It's the small gestures
Yes.
that
It was the Christmas light. I mean, it was,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, you don't have to you don't have to, I mean, certainly there are organizations that need money in order to
Right.
sustain.
Right.
But in terms of individuals who are going through the battle or grieving or whatever the case may be, sometimes a little note.
Well, Lauren always has said you don't underestimate the power of a handwritten note. And have we not gotten away from that?
We have. I just got back into it. I really did with my nonprofit and
Right.
people giving. It's like, Donna, write a little. It's so easy to go online. Oh, thank you so much and blah, blah,
Right.
blah. This
But
is
they're
too big.
just
Yeah,
that
but
handwritten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it doesn't have to be pretty.
No,
as long
it
as, well,
doesn't.
as long as the folks can read it. I mean,
Well, I have had a few people say, "Misty, what did you say in that?"
right. I mean, that part helps, but the handwritten notes or the phone
Right.
call, I'm thinking about
Oh,
you,
yes.
or
Yes.
stopping by with your favorite food,
Right.
or just putting lights on the tree.
Oh,
that
it's
sort
just
of thing.
small
It's-
little things.
Exactly.
People have I always say, just show up, because so many situations in our world, whether it be cancer, whether it be disability, whether it be death, we are uncomfortable in those situations because we feel like we don't know
we don't know what to say or what to do.
But it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It
Just
really
do
doesn't.
something.
Right.
Just do something.
And it's not about what you say. And I think with me and my daughter, and I try to make sure that I'm not that person, because I think we get caught up in those little catchphrases. And my thought, and I'm not faulting people for that because they don't know what to say, but sometimes if you just speak from the heart.
Well, and a lot of people have not been through difficulties to that extreme. And I always say, you do not know what you do not know. And
That
so
is so
that's
true.
uncomfortable.
That is, and that says it all right
And
there.
we have to have grace for people too.
You're
know.
absolutely right with
Yeah.
that. And I think because I've been through it, I just try, I guess I'm just a little more mindful
Exactly.
with some of the things that I say to people.
Mindful and intentional.
And intentional. That's the key. Be intentional. Intentional. And don't say it if you don't mean it.
Right.
And it's okay if you don't want to do something, but don't say it if you
aren't
don't
going to
mean
follow
it.
through.
Yeah.
Have the follow through.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I think we probably have 2 minutes left.
I know
Endure.
we could talk all day.
I told you the time. I tell everyone who comes on this show, on this program, on Terrell Talk, it goes by fast. Oh, Ryan said 3. We have 3 minutes. Okay, so in those 3 minutes, let's
Right.
talk about Endure the Dirt. It's
Yes.
March
7th.
7th.
And you can already go online and sign up on runsignup.com.
Okay, but they really need to go to Personal Pep Rally.
Personalpeprally.org.
Personalpeprally.org is where people need to go, and there you'll find all
Everything.
the information. Everything is there, and it's good to sign up now as well
Right.
as make a contribution too.
Oh, yes, of course.
Where does the money go?
The money goes to Personal Pep Rally, in which it goes to Joy Mail. We also give scholarships to high school seniors
Yes.
that are impacted by cancer. We also have done some financial things for some people that are in dire
In need, that need help.
Yes. And so all of that is on our website. If you are a senior who's impacted by cancer, you can sign up for the scholarships on there. If you want the Joy Mail for
Senior in
someone,
high school.
Senior in high school, yes. If you want Joy Mail sent to someone, you hit the Joy Mail tab and fill out the form. It's just that simple.
You know what? I'm going to fill out the form because I want Joy Mail sent to someone that I know who's battling
and it's
cancer.
so easy. You hit the Joy Mail, you put name, address, there's a few other questions, and submit.
Okay.
And that is it.
Okay.
It is
I'll
so
do it.
simple.
I'll do it.
But all the money goes to our Joy Mail, our scholarships, or other things that we may see that we need to do.
And if you're into like physical fitness, Ironman, and all of that kind of stuff, even if you haven't been touched by cancer, this is a great opportunity to get out there and show off.
Well, then there's different divisions.
Oh, okay.
There's the competitive, the ones that really want
That's what we
to
saw
do.
on the video,
Right.
That was pretty competitive. I mean,
and then we have a team. If
Okay.
you want to join a team, form your own team in memory or honor of someone.
Okay.
People do that every year. Or the fun run. And with the fun run, you just go and do it at
just
your
go
own
and do
pace.
it. And so it's in Stuttgart, but you get people from all over, right?
Oh, yes. All over. We had a lady from Kansas last year come.
Wow. How'd she find out about it?
She is trying to find different races in the United States to do.
See?
She wants to go to every state, and Endure the Dirt popped up. But we also have a mini mutter for kids that are ages 3 to like 10.
Okay.
And it's little bitty obstacles that look like the big obstacles.
Oh, that's so cute.
So there's something for everyone.
You guys put a lot of work into this.
Yes, our farmers and our builders in Stuttgart, Brian Gibbs, he's a contractor, and then Jay and all the farm people, they just get
That's
going.
awesome. I'm going to ask you one final question because I'm sure we've run out of time. Why do you keep coming back to this year after year, and why? I've seen you out and about, and I know how passionate you are about helping cancer patients. I know your son-in-law battled it, but that was years ago, and you're still just as diehard as you've ever been. Why?
I know, I almost can't talk about it. I think because being that patient advocate, I see so many people that call me that are like, can you help me with my personal property taxes? Can you find me a dentist? It's really for the people, because the bottom line is people need people. And when they are in a situation such as cancer, they need someone to advocate for them and just give them some guidance and give them some things that they are probably not educated in.
Enough said. All right,
Yeah.
Misti Coker,
Yeah.
thank you so
you,
much
Donna.
for being here. I just love you from the bottom
I
of
love
my
you
heart.
too. We could just do this all day. Talk forever.
Every time I invite people, I tell them we're just going to sit and gab.
That's fine. That's fine.
And this has been very enjoyable
Thank you
and
so
informative. Thank you.
you.
And as always, I want to thank you for joining me and Misti on Terrell Talk. We'll be back again next week. So long.